Case in decades on homelessness has now reached the U.S. Supreme Court. This case centers around the town of Grants Pass, Oregon. For decades, that Oregon town has tried enforcing local encampment laws banning anyone who sleeps in public from using a blanket, pillow, or a cardboard box. Penalties include civil fines and a potential 30-day jail term for repeat offenders. A group of residents who are homeless argue the approach violates the 8th Amendment by inflicting cruel and unusual punishment.
Being homeless is very hard. Day by day, we get harassed either by the cops or people driving by or our neighbors. They want their parks back, but there's nothing that they can do because we have a right to be homeless and live in the parks.
I think that it is harmful for people to be living in public spaces, on streets and in parks, whatever bedding materials, when humans are living in those conditions. We think that that's not compassionate.
The court is expected to rule on the case before the end of June. Now, this case being closely watched right here at home. Today's court hearing led to rallies across the country, and one happened right here in downtown Louisville today. WHS 11 Team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Addie Hill were there. Taylor, it was a big crowd downtown. What was their message?
Well, Doug, organizations like the Coalition for the Homeless, Vocal KY, Black Lives Matter, the ACLU of Kentucky, and others were all in attendance. And while it's not certain what the Supreme Court will rule, these organizations are calling on local, state, and federal officials to advocate for affordable housing.
What do we want?
Affordable housing!
And when do we want it?
Now!
More than 100 Louisvillians held housing, not handcuffs signs outside the federal building while the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments about criminalizing homelessness.
Citing and arresting those people who have nowhere else to sleep isn't a solution. It makes the problem worse.
In 2021, 10,640 Louisvillians experienced homelessness alone. Monday, Louisville groups, along with local, state, and federal leaders, gathered to call for local solutions.
Our people who are unhoused, sleeping in the streets, are worth fighting for now. So how do we fight? 25
tents were set up throughout the park with no trespassing citations. Each tent represents 24 people to show the 595 Louisvillians who go unhoused each night. Marcus Young Sr. knows that reality all too well.
It's a rush to get to showers and try to get to interviews and things like that, and just, pressing to get forward,
Young Sr. says it would be devastating if the criminalization of homelessness becomes a law. He already has fear when he sees a police officer.
First thing that crosses my mind is, oh God, is this officer going to stop me, want to harass me?
Congressman Morgan McGarvey says it's about attacking the root cause of the problem.
That's why also in Congress, I have co-sponsored the Housing for All Act, the Ending Homelessness Act.
District 4 Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur wants everyone to support an ordinance that will mandate dollars for the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, including support for an ordinance to create a right to shelter.
That includes simplifying the shelter process, making sure we create a moratorium on camp clearings.
And all the tents that were represented at today's rally will be donated to outreach workers for unhoused people. And if you're looking for ways to get involved, we have you linked up on our website at WHAS11.com. In studio, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.